Hello. Good evening, you guys. Look at this. Hello, friends. Today we are talking about defining success. We're going to talk about success in digital marketing. We're going to talk about goal setting and being coachable and embracing change. Are you ready for this? All from the Oakland airport. Get that. Isn't that amazing? That's going to be so fun. So let's try this and see how it goes. I think my Wi-Fi's up. We're all running up and good. Yes, yes. So thank you for joining me tonight. We are talking about goal setting and making changes. Because if you want to be successful in business, you have to start doing the things you haven't done before. And so here tonight is a living proof. My name is Tammy. I'm from Idaho. We've just come back from traveling to Hawaii and we're on a layover. I've got another hour or so. In fact, my flight's delayed. So we'll see how that goes tonight. But I wanted to share with you something I was reading on the plane. Guys, I found a book. Let me see if I can find it. Um, it was it was written by Grant Cardone. Have you heard of Grant Cardone? Great businessman. And he wrote the book, The 10X Rule. And the 10X Rule was free on my Audible. So if you're looking to find a good business book, I recommend that. And this book was about having more success, but doing something different. Okay, so I listen. It's a 5-hour flight from Hawaii, so I gave it a good listen today, and I wanted to share the things I've learned because I love doing stuff like that. Right, immediately I have to be able to verbalize all the things I've learned and share that with you. So hello from the Oakland airport. I hope I'm coming through okay. Um, Traveling kind of wears the voice out. I don't know what that is. Maybe just the dryness. I don't know. Let me get a drink real quick. All right. We found a quiet hallway. Isn't that nice? We found a quiet hallway between the two terminals of the Oakland airport. So I wanted to share what I read on the airplane tonight. It's the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And in it, he talks, it's called the 10X, right? So his premise, he's talking about when you goal set, when you start a business, and he started many, I've started many. If you don't know me, my name is Tammy. I've had 7 businesses, and all of them, the best I could do was they were tax write offs. And what I got from his book today was putting in more effort and more belief, more thought, right? And his premise was what was the one ingredient that was missing in his businesses? What was the one ingredient, right? Because whenever you start a business, you're going to start learning about mindset training and focus and being consistent and diligent, all these things, right? But what's the one thing that sets successful people, wildly successful people, apart? And he discovered it's this 10x rule that whatever you think it's going to take for you to do your business, whatever whatever you think it's going to take in effort and in the amount of time thinking about things, multiply it by 10. Just multiply it by 10. And lo and behold, I mean, it's almost a joke, right? If I put in extra effort and I'm successful, oh, I was just lucky. But that's his premise in this book. Now, I found that I love promoting digital products, and I found a program to teach me how to do that. 2 hours a day with my cell phone using social media. It's fantastic. It's an amazing way to have a business, but it's not growing fast enough for me. I thought things were going to go way quicker for me. I've changed a lot, and I'm a totally different person than I was 4 months ago. Guys, I'm going live in an airport. I never thought in my wildest dreams that would be something I would do. But here we are. All that to say, you've got to do something different than you've ever done before to get the things you want. So, what are your goals? What is it you're looking for? Do you want extra income? Do you want more family time? Are you tired of working 50, 60-hour weeks or more? Side hustles, all of that, right? It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes it takes extra money just to make the extra money. So this is what I'm talking about. I found a way to make extra income with 2 hours a day, but it's not going as fast. Guys, granted, 4 months. I'm 4 months in. I am doing things I've never thought I would ever do. And I'm a brand new person. I truly am. But I want to see more results, fast results. And what I've gotten from the book is that, well, this we sell ourselves short. That's the problem. We think we know what it's going to take. I want to make extra income. So I'm willing to work this much. But that's not success. That's not getting me to the goal that I really want, which is financial freedom, which is to be able to travel and take my family on trips. Like those are things, right? To have a retirement that I feel secure, that I feel peace, that I feel confident about. These are feelings I'm expecting to have, and not a dollar amount in my bank account. So here's some of the things he shared in the book. He said things like, we make our goals too small. We make our goals small because we want to play it safe, because we've had problems in the past, we're fearful, blah, 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 right? Versus, what if you 10 times your goal? That was the name of his book, right? The 10 time rule. Multiply your goal by 10. Make it huge. And what would be the result of that? The amount of effort you assume it would take would be different, right? Don't you think? Versus if I had a small goal, and so you assume you need small effort. Instead, when you make minuscule returns, now you're disappointed. And he's saying you go for 10 times that goal, make it huge. And in your mind, immediately you've changed your mindset. You've changed your mindset to say it's going to take a lot more effort than when I was playing it small. So here's the right, we're going down this path. Here's the next step. He said, because you've got that new mindset, what if you don't reach your goal, but you're way farther down the field than you were with your small goal? So I've talked about this before. If you follow me on YouTube, my YouTube family, you can watch replay. I've talked about this. To my TikTok family, go to my YouTube and follow me there. You can watch replays of my live. There, I've talked about, you're on a football field, and you're on one end of the football field. Your goal should be so big it's on the other end of the football field. It's 100 yards away, right? But you've got a quiver of arrows that's unlimited. You can keep shooting for your goals. You can keep reaching for your goals. But what I got out of his book today, when I was reading on the airplane, if you have a small goal, right? I've got a goal that's, it's just 10 yards away, right? There's really no expectations. There's no huge energy of effort or emotions or thought behind it. And you go to reach for that goal and you don't make it. Versus if you reach for that 100-yard goal, and you still didn't make it, I would bet the difference is your 10-yard goal maybe you made 10% of your goal. You only made it 1 yard, 1 yard, because of that effort and thought behind it. Where if you were shooting for 100 yards down the field and you only made 10%, you were 10 yards closer. So you see the difference in how that mindset plays with you. It plays with you in your goal setting, in your mindset, and that's a huge difference. So say you want, I would love to have 10K a month. 10 times that, guys, we're talking $1 million. I want $1 million in my bank account. Do you approach success differently because of the goal itself? These are things he's hitting upon. And I was so encouraged to hear this. It was powerful. He reiterates the power of goal setting in the sense that when we don't have a target, we don't know what failure is. We don't know how to adjust. We don't know how to make those changes. You want to lose 40 pounds. You want to do better in business. You want more family time, right? It's not really quantifiable. You've got to make it really big, a really strong goal. So, my goal personally, I've said this many times, is to have our house paid off. That's a huge goal for me because, guys, this is reality. I've how you always buy high and sell low. So we get caught in this trap. We buy a new home, we relocate, and we're in Idaho. We buy a house. I have 28 more years of a mortgage. I will be 86. 86. I'll be 86 before this house is paid off. And that hurts. That hurts me. I do not want to be paying mortgage interest for the next 20. It's going to be $150,000 of interest. I would rather be putting that in the bank. So when he says, when you're setting these goals, right? I want this house paid off, and my goal's 3 years. I am working towards it, and there's tons of energy, there's tons of thought behind it. That's one of the reasons I go live. I went live this morning. Were any of you there? Give me a wave if you were here this morning when we were in the Honolulu airport. I didn't get you on YouTube. It was just with TikTok, but I went for 18 minutes. We were waiting for our flight, and it was a test. It was a test for me to say, can you do it? What are you willing to do? And it fits right into his book. So we're talking about Grant Cardone and his book, The 10X Rule. And I found myself in this. I found myself doing the things he was saying. And it was so eye opening, right? Personally, I have a goal of paying off the house. But what is that going to give me? And what am I willing to do to get there? So I promote digital products. I love talking and selling education, but that's going to give me freedom from interest, paying the bank, right? I've been in mortgage debt for 60 years at that point, right? That was not acceptable. I wanted to change, but I had to make a change. I can't keep doing the thing I was doing and expect to have $1 million in the bank account, right? The skill set I had yesterday is the person I am today. It's the same for you, right? You have goals in the future. If you were the person who was able to reach those goals, you would have had them already. Or do you need to change? Is there something you need to eliminate out of your life? Something you need to add to your life? What change do you need to make to be able to reach those goals? And in his book, he says the target's not the problem. Don't ever change the target. Your goals are valuable. They're Now, there might be valuable to you. Your neighbor's going to have different goals. That's fine. That's not about them, it's about you. What do you want? What do you need? And if you look at it as it's your duty to be successful, it's an obligation you have. You've been given life. You woke up today, you're a miracle. You're literally a walking miracle. So if you come to the table with your gifts and your positivity and your enthusiasm, and you know you can reach your goals, use them. Don't sit on them, don't hide them. Use them to the fullest to get better and better and better every day, right? What did we say? The person you were yesterday is why you are where you are today. You want to improve, you've got to change something. And so if you look at it as an obligation, it's a non negotiable that I will get better every day, improve every day. Then you're going to do things you'd be surprised, right? You might be going live at the Oakland airport. You never know. You never know. Oh my gosh, Pogo, look at you. Thank you so much. That was very generous. Oh, the pumpkin. I love that. That is so sweet. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Guys, I made a list. His book encouraged me so much. I made a list. Okay, so this is, if, if you don't know me, this is what I do. I have notebooks everywhere of notes I write just so I can think about it. It just helps me learn. So I want to share the things I've learned. Um, Goals take energy and effort and persistence. Now, who would have thought, right? You can't just say I have a goal to make $1 million and believe it and believe it and believe it and pray and pray and pray and pray and it's going to happen. It doesn't work that way. Whoever told you that was a liar. It takes energy, effort, persistence. That's why I love speaking to stay-at-home moms, people who've had other businesses. You guys are the most resilient people. You've tried and tried and tried. You want to succeed. You want a successful family, right? That resilience you need to bring to the table when you have a business. So his book, he says goals take energy, effort, and positivity anyway. So why not make your goal bigger? If you're going to put the time in, if you're going to take the actions and the steps, make your goal bigger. You're going down the same path anyway. So that's part of his 10x rule. Make your goals bigger, bigger than you could think. Something that scares you, that would amaze you, right? So when I started digital marketing, and it's been about 4 months, um, is it possible you are underestimating what you are capable of? Guys, this is gonna make me cry. Is it possible you're underestimating what you're capable of? Because why? I love my bed. I love to sleep. And yet when I was in Hawaii, I was up 4:30, 5 a.m. going live Hawaii time to prove I could do it, to do something different. That was the old me. This is the new me, right? Um, I used to say, I can't go live. When I started digital marketing, I'd say, oh, I can't go live. It's so scary. I don't know what. I've never done it before. What? Guys, it's so much fun. I hope you guys get into it. But now I'm going live on 2 platforms. I have my TikTok family here and my YouTube family here. I'm going live on 2 platforms. 4 months ago, that's the old me. This is the new me. Um, I used to think email was a pain, right? All you do is delete, delete, delete emails, blah, 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 right? Today, I have a new opinion of email. I love email. I see the value in email. And let me tell you what I mean. My business, nevertoolateincome.com. You can see that in my bio, nevertoolateincome.com. When you put your email in there, you get information from me on the program that I'm using, the products that I'm promoting. Email's good. And when I heard my mentor say, that's gold, when people trust you that much, they saw something of value, or they saw they needed more information and they were willing to share their email with you. Now, why is it gold? Guys, do you get too many emails? Yes or yes, right? We sign up for all the emails, but we never unsubscribe. Why is that? Right? I delete, I don't know, 50 emails a day, but I don't unsubscribe. You never know when there's a special, right? You never know when it's free donut day, whatever, right? You want the information, you know, the news that you get in your email is valuable, so you keep it. But you didn't need it today. So you delete, 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 right? Then the day comes when there's that sale you are waiting for. Or then comes that day that there's a coupon you need. I'm so glad I had that email. I've done that with the car. I want to get an oil change. And you get the email and the emails and delete, delete. And finally, the day comes, you're ready to go get an oil change. I have to go through my trash and find that coupon. Uh, Emails are valuable. It changed my mind. I I used to think I cannot make 1 minute videos. I make 3 pieces of content every day. And I used to think, there's no way I can give a hook and introduce myself and talk about a problem and a solution and the program that I use and a call to action in a minute. Guys, it took some time, it took practice, it took effort, and now I can do it in a minute. That was the old me. Today I can do it. Um, I like to talk about the other businesses I've had. I've had 7 other businesses. And you could say I have failed at they were not successful. But today I'm resilient. Today I have the idea that I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I've got this list of proof. These are my wins. This is success. I've made a list of success. Um, I would say I can't figure something out. I'm too old, right? Excuses, excuses, whatever they are. Where today I'm a problem solver. Fun fact, did you know 6 figure earners, $1 million in their bank accounts, they're problem solvers. You cannot be a 6 figure earner if you are not a problem solver. Figuring things out on your own, making decisions on your own, that's what 6 figure earners do. You can do that. Was the old me. And then I figured I'm solving problems. If anything came up with TikTok, if anything comes up on YouTube, I figure it out. Now, here's the beauty. The program that I promote has a community, and in that community, there's a tech team that can help you, but also you can ask a question, and the community members. Now, these are business owners. These are business owners. It's not MLM. There's nobody above you. There's nobody. These are people joined by the business of digital marketing who come together and say, we're here to encourage each other. If you're looking for support, you don't have support at home, we have a community that gives support, that love on each other, that cheer each other on when we have wins, right? People made $900 today and they'll put it in there. Look, Guess what I did today? Everybody cheers, pats them on the back, virtually. But I went into the community and I asked my question, and I get some responses, but I could also search. I searched the question I had, and I found somebody else had already asked that question. And so I went on my merry way. I took the answer, I plugged it in, and it dawned on me, I just solved this problem by myself. I'm not somebody who would ever naturally say that, but it was a confidence builder. I'm doing things I've never done to get the things, the goals, to achieve the success that I haven't had, but I'm looking for, I want to have. If you are looking for that too, I want you to go to nevertoolateincome.com and put your email in. Let's connect. That's my email. You're going to hear something from me directly. That's my email. You can write me back, reply to that email. But these are the pieces of success that we're talking about. Having that confidence, putting in the extra effort to get something you haven't had before. But that premise of his book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, is about if you can change your mindset. And I would say the 7 businesses I had in the past, I didn't have this idea. We always underestimate how much effort something's going to take. But if we just imagine it's going to take 10 times more effort than we assumed, you come to the table prepared. You come ready with a different expectation. And it really makes all the difference. It really does. It's kind of fascinating that way. I find it. Um, he also mentioned, if you set your goals too low, so this is Grant talking. If you set your goals too low and say you met your goal, but you got disappointed, it's probably because it didn't give you the result you were looking for. And usually that's a feeling. That's you were searching for something and you thought, if I had this goal. I remember this one time when we learned about budgeting. Have you heard of Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace? We were taking that, and I knew nothing about budgeting. I thought if I could pay my bills, then I was budgeting. No, that's not a budget. But I was taught the concept of having an emergency fund. And so it's good to have an emergency fund, some type of slush fund, $1,000, whatever, 10% of your income, right? You got to start somewhere. What's your goal? And it started sinking in that things happen all the time. It's a given. Your car will break down. So if you can anticipate that, then prepare for that, right? So I started making a car budget for when we need tires or something blows up, right? I have a car emergency fund. I don't just have an emergency fund because, you know, an emergency fund for medical, an emergency fund for the car, an emergency fund for the kids get involved in something last minute, whatever. Like it wasn't budgeted for, but it's necessary, right? Christmas is not an emergency. Budget, right? But what I realized was my emergency fund was never big enough because you have to realize things happen. So, how can I be prepared? And then you want to be over prepared. So, this is what he's presenting in his book, the 10X rule. If you come to the table thinking, I need 10% more energy and effort My goals need to be 10 times bigger. You come with a different mindset. You are prepared mentally for this versus coming, I just needed this little bit. It's like I budgeted $1,000 for an emergency. Well, once that got blown, I have to spend a lot of time coming up with my next $1,000 in the emergency fund. Well, gosh darn it, if I just didn't have a $2,000 emergency fund, I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I was like, well, what about a 3,000? Well, what about a 4,000? Right? It was like there was never going to be enough cushion for me. I wanted to keep going. And that's how it is with successful people. They realized if I'm going to put effort and energy into something, then I might as well go all the way, go even farther, do even more. And that's what I love about digital marketing. If I'm going to work 2 hours a day on my cell phone with social media, what could I accomplish if I went live twice a day? What if I could meet the people in the morning and meet people in the evening, meet them where they are, when they are, and get them engaged? Get them looking at things a little bit differently, changing their mindset. Would that help them more? I need to put in that little bit extra more effort and help more people. And then that's achieving my goals. That's my goal, is to help more people, help them find the solution that they're looking for. That's why I come every day, and going live from the Oakland airport was part of the process, was to say, I'm going to do what it takes. I'm willing. It's a non-negotiable. Guys, I think I'm on chapter 4 or 5. I've learned so much in this book, but I'm so happy to share this with you. If you guys have any questions, hey Kimmy, hello friend. If you want to, it's Freedom Friday, guys. If you have any questions for me, I'd love to answer those for you. I just love popping on and talking about stuff I love, things I've learned today. We're getting ready. Let's see. I think we've got another 30 minutes. We're going to hop on our plane to get home, and then we'll be good for the day. How, let me see. Was there any questions over here? Nope, I don't see the, how's everyone? I want to write these notes up and present them again because he's got some really good stuff. Do you know Grant Cardone? The 10x rule. So that's what we're talking about. Putting in 10 times the effort and 10 times the belief, the goal setting to achieve success. He found success when he planted that in his mind, right? Because he found many times he'd start a business and he always underestimated. He always underestimated. One, because you can't predict the future. So it's kind of like me and my emergency fund, right? Budgeting my emergency fund. If you aren't prepared and you find out, oh, it's going to take an extra day, oh, employees didn't show up, or whatever, stuff happens. The city's got new permits you got to do, whatever, right? It's always taking more and more time to reach your goal. Well, if you'd come to the table knowing it was going to take you 10 times longer than you thought, then you would have been okay mindset wise. So I wanted to just share that with you tonight. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. I appreciate your time. I will catch up with you tomorrow and we will chat again. Thank you, friends, for hanging with me. Hello, hello. I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a great night. And thank you to my YouTube family. I appreciate you guys so much watching me and my journey of doing new things all the time. Who knows what tomorrow will bring. All right, I will catch you all tomorrow. You guys have a great night.